I mean, if I did turn down a girl that was in a relationship, it wasn't because she was in a relationship.
Yeah, that part.
It had nothing to do with that. I just didn't want her. Maybe I saw her flaws were just too, too big for me to even want to handle. No, did he? Um, and I just didn't desire her, or I didn't trust her. Sometimes a girl who is in a relationship that's seeking you is very broken, and with broken women comes big spills.
Now, I think it's interesting that he said he didn't trust her because what do you have to trust about a woman that is pursuing you who has a man already? You don't have to trust her really at all because what interaction are you entering in her where trust is even going to be something that is being utilized at all? You know, she has a boyfriend or a man, and you know that, and y'all just coming around to sleep around or do whatever y'all gonna do outside of her relationship. Like trust isn't necessarily something that should be a factor. But I think it's interesting that he said that.
And I didn't want it to spill over to
What
my
if
life.
she's not broken? What if she thinks you look better than her
That's
Now I could
and
tell
she wanted
she's
peace?
got a man. What's not broken about asking him?
that's pursuing a man while
Yeah.
you got a man. Kind of crazy.
Now, I think people also forget that though women usually tend to sleep with men on a more emotional basis than physical, that does not mean that they can't just solely pursue a guy based off of just physical sexual attraction, because they definitely can. They can. So I also agree that she's right. It could just be a girl who's like, well, I'm dissatisfied in whatever aspect or relationship that she's in, or maybe she's not, and she just feels like, well, wow, this guy looks really good, he smells really good, blah blah blah, and there's that sexual chemistry there, and that makes it, that gets her to the point where she's like, well, it's at a level that's high enough that like I just want to sleep with you.
I mean, I'm just saying. Doesn't mean she's broken.
If she
Just
wasn't
probably
broken.
means you look good and she just won it.
Now there's like, if again, there's never been a situation where a girl had a man and it stopped me. You know what I'm saying? The one time that a girl did have a husband, I might have been like, I don't know, 26. She had a husband, and I was like, damn, should I do this? She's married. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Why not? Like, he married that. That's his L. If I don't do it, somebody else gonna do it.
Now, whether or not you agree with him, he is right. And he's right in regards to saying that if he doesn't do what someone else will, now that's not a justification for you to go and pursue somebody or allow yourself to be pursued by a woman that's in a relationship. But he kind of talked himself into it, which isn't necessarily wrong. You're not under any obligation to send a woman back to her man if she's pursuing you and she has somebody. Now, you can get into that conversation about karma and all that other stuff, but it's the truth because and at the end of the day, he did marry that. He did pursue that. He did put himself in a position with this woman that is unfaithful. And I would make the argument, what red flags did she show earlier on in the relationship, during the relationship, or even before the marriage that you ignored that didn't let you know that maybe she was this type of woman? That doesn't mean that necessarily she can't turn into that, but you are under no obligation to assist this other man in keeping this woman. If a woman cheats on you, it has very little to do with the man and more to do with her because that's a decision that she made. You're not going to always be there to watch her and see what she's doing, who she's talking to. And you shouldn't have to. If she's going to step out of the relationship, you should just take that as a sign that she's not for you and you got to move on. But how do y'all feel about this? Let me know down in the comments below.